Good evening. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Alabama Day here at beautiful Saratoga. Another lovely day at the track. We did have some rain the other night, making the track itself good for most of the day, and the turf course we listed as soft. This hat, tomorrow, giving away the hat, in addition to a wonderful car to racing. Let's look at today's right after this. Here's the opener, a mile and 1/8. Fillies and Mass 3 and up. They're in for 25,000. Lukewarm favorite, Foxwood Fantasy, Pat Day.
And they're off. Ashanani bounces out on the lead. Nectaria to join her. Saratoga April on the far outside. Toward the rail, it's Foxwood Fantasy, and Patty's Purse is right in the thick of it early. Into the first turn, and Foxwood Fantasy grabs a short lead, and Patty's Purse will try to match strides with her. Gentleman's Copy gets a cozy spot at the inside third. Ashanani is running fourth. A wild favor down inside, saving ground in fifth. Nectaria 3 wide round the turn sixth. Safe at home and behind horses seventh. Exclusive Agent steadied repeatedly on the turn is eighth. Saratoga April beginning to move from last position the opening quarter in 23 and 2/5 seconds. The pace is a strong one with Foxwood Fantasy clear by a length from Patty's Purse, who's in hot pursuit second. Hard on their heels, Gentleman's Copy third on the inside. A break of 3 back to a wild favor, losing a bit of ground fourth. Safe at home nudged along fifth and sent through an opening on the inside. Exclusive Agent has made steady progress to be sixth. Ashanani under a ride seventh. 3 wide heading for the turn. The opening half mile 47 and 2/5 seconds. The field on the far turn. It is still Foxwood Fantasy. Foxwood Fantasy trying to do it all the way on the lead. Patty's Purse has been chasing her throughout. Foxwood Fantasy with another gear on the turn, opening up by 3. Patty's Purse second. Ashanani on the move on the outside. Then it's a wild favor. Safe at home is under the whip, running in sixth. Exclusive Agent on the outside. As the field turns for home, Foxwood Fantasy still in front. Ashanani to the attack at the top of the stretch. The field coming down toward the final furlong. Foxwood Fantasy grimly holding on by a neck. Ashanani in a full-out drive, second on the outside by 3. A wild favor third. The other's not going to be involved late. It's still Foxwood Fantasy. Foxwood Fantasy will go all the way on the lead, and she wins.
I don't think the whole field wanted to get a mile and 1/8, maybe even not the winner, but she got it, and nobody was gaining on her. The second horse was exactly the same place through the stretch. Foxwood Fantasy for the Sutherlands, Jeff Jacobs and Pat Day. 850, lukewarm, 450, 320. Ashanani, 690, 420. Wild favor, 430, 59, $67. Here's the second. They're going 6.5 furlongs. These are maiden 2-year-olds. The favorite here, the number 6, Doppler, Chris McCarron.
And they're off. Captain Easy and Big Vig came out walking, and Doppler came out running right to the lead. Chris McCarron puts Doppler in front, but down inside, Jail Rock is there to run with him early. In behind it, Storm and Fever running third. Encryption with the pace on the outside fourth. Quiet Minstrel now fifth, about 5 lengths from the lead. Trusty Chris on the outside sixth. Toward the inside, Fields of Athenry moving from seventh. Then it's a break of 2 lengths back to Captain Easy, and Big Vig has been outrun behind an opening quarter of 22 and 2/5 seconds. Around the far turn, Doppler and Jail Rock going at it head-to-head. Encryption on the move on the outside. Storm and Fever just off the pace, running fourth. Quiet Minstrel within striking range in fifth. The field moving toward the top of the stretch. 3 of them now in a real tussle here. Jail Rock on the inside. Doppler is in between horses. Encryption on the outside third. Storm and Fever swings into action as the field swings into the stretch. Quiet Minstrel is fifth. At the top of the stretch, Jail Rock continues to do battle with Doppler. Storm and Fever trying to mow him down. A furlong from home, Jail Rock tenacious. Short lead, Doppler can't stay with them, but here is a fresh Storm and Fever. Storm and Fever getting by Jail Rock. Doppler third. It will be Storm and Fever from off the pace to win it going away.
Storm and Fever, who had one start here, went off at 2-1 last time out, needed that race. Good education. You like to see a 2-year-old learn from experience. Today gets the perfect trip under Jose Santos and wins it. For Edward P. Evans, our man Mark Hennig, remember we had him on, Jose Santos aboard. 1080, 570, 320. Jail Rock, 570, 280. The favorite, Doppler. $250. Quinella 1551, $28. Exacta 51, $52. And the double 5 and 5, $40.40. They'll be going 1.5 miles over the inner turf in this one. Maiden, fillies, and mares. And there is a heavy, heavy favorite. 3 to 5, Yanka, Jerry Bailey.
And they're off. Mississippi Lights is going after the early lead, and down inside, Sirs Affair. Sirs Affair will be the early leader. Wild Decision splitting horses, and on the outside, Mississippi Lights gets caught 3 wide going into the turn. Ferris Wheel is keyed up today, a headstrong fourth on the inside of a Shade Shady who's taken back. And then it's Social Sovereign who settles down neatly while saving ground, and alongside her, Junior Petunia. 2 lengths back to the heavy favorite Yanka, who's rating comfortably about 7 or 8 lengths from the front runners. Yanka is followed by Lady Soul, then Congenial Miss. It's a long way back to Prosper. Prosper, who's 10 lengths behind the rest of the field. Moving by us for the first time, it's Sirs Affair, moving easily on the lead. Jose Trejo takes a peek back to see Wild Decision right at his flank. On the outside, Mississippi Lights running up in 3rd position. Social Sovereigns had a good trip down toward the inside. Yanka will be forced to go 3 wide, 4 wide, heading for the turn, sensing the slow pace. The opening half mile went in a pokey 51 2/5 seconds. Yanka, the favorite, taken very wide around the second turn, but moving up sharply after the lead. Sirs Affair has led throughout. The fractions were easy early, but they're getting a bit quicker now as Wild Decision puts the pressure on second. Yanka looms off the pace 3rd, Social Sovereign 4th by 4. Mississippi Lights has tailed off into 5th position. A Shade Shady in the clear, running in 6th with 5 furlongs to go. Then down toward the inside, Junior Petunia is sent through an opening there, and she's beginning to move up now. Ferris Wheel is tailing off to the back of the pack with Congenial Miss and Lady Soul. And far behind is Prosper. They ran a mile in 1:41 and 4 in the field, moving into the far turn. It's Wild Decision on the outside, Sirs Affair on the inside, and Yanka makes a move for the lead. There goes Yanka now, storing past Wild Decision and rocketing right by Sirs Affair. Yanka opens up on the field in a blink of an eye. Social Sovereign gets in gear now, moving up on the outside to be 3rd. Junior Petunia is 4th to the inside. Yanka cuts the corner with a 5-length lead at the top of the stretch. Yanka coming to mid-stretch, isolated from the field. Social Sovereign 2nd, Junior Petunia is now 3rd. Then toward the inside, a weakened Sirs Affair. But it is Yanka. Yanka in a rout.
There's a carryover here, and I guess everybody stood alone with this filly. She was a bit of a layover. I had to do a little thing for some charity group out here. Told them I like Yanka, put it over Congenial Miss, and a little bit of Social Sovereign, the number 4. However, once again, Clifford Dooley, and the kid is okay, is about to split my little exacta. Yanka gets it. Alan Paulson, Billy Martin, Jerry Bailey. 340, 270, 250. Junior Petunia with Mr. Dooley, 930, 750. Social Sovereign, the 4, 490 to show. 10-7, 38-80. And if that made it a pick 5, a lot of people are approaching it as a pick 4. This is 7 furlongs. It's only 3-year-olds and up on allowance conditions. Heavy favorite here is Top Account, Pat Day.
And they're off. Sea Emperor on the outside, headed toward the front. Brilliant Patriot and Patsy Prospect, and it's 5 lengths back to stretch running Top Account, who's been outrun on the early going. Top Account is already about 8 or 9 lengths from the rest of the field. In the meantime, it's the Speedy Sea Emperor who is clear. Speedy Sea Emperor opening up now by 2 lengths. The opening quarter goes in 22 3/5 seconds, with Brilliant Patriot hard on his heels, second by 3 lengths. Followed by Patsy Prospect, 8 lengths back to Top Account. Pat Day wants Top Account a lot closer than that. They're rounding the far turn. Sea Emperor continues to lead. On the outside now, Brilliant Patriot edging closer, second by 3. Patsy Prospect third, 5 lengths back. Top Account is drawing in closer. The opening half mile went in 45 2, and with 2 furlongs to go, it's still Sea Emperor in front. Brilliant Patriot to the attack on the outside. 3 lengths back to Patsy Prospect. Top Account in high gear, 5 lengths behind with a furlong to run. Sea Emperor still holding on to the lead. Top Account roaring down the center of the track. Brilliant Patriots in between those two. Here comes Top Account, and Top Account will do it. Way out of it early.
It's an awfully good closing sprinter when he's right. He figured to be right today, and he is for Will Farris, the Lazy F Farm, Neil Howard, Pat Day up, just eating them up in the stretch as expected. Top Account, 380, 240. Brilliant Patriot, 280. Sea Emperor was third, the 1441, 830. Exacta 14, 1080. And the pick 3, 5, 10, and 1, $39.20. People who put $2 in the pick 6 for the most part are still alive. Let's see how they do with the rest of them, which becomes a pick 4. This is 7 furlongs, 3 and up. These are state breds, non-winners of 2. The favorite here, 6 to 5, Love's Echo, Jose Santos.
They're off. Berry Bid bounces out to the lead immediately. Love's Echo was off to a good beginning. A Double Cause has some early speed, and down on the inside it's General Jeff up the backstretch. Berry Bid clears the field, now out there by a length and a half. A Double Cause second, Love's Echo third. Evie's Double on the far outside fourth. Cross Pro comes on through between horses fifth. General Jeff down the inside sixth, though anyway, is now seventh. Iron Will eighth. Lobster Joe T is ninth. Star Med threads through between horses from 10th position, and down toward the inside King Newt second to last. Prudent Man wide and trailing the field. They're chasing Berry Bid into the far turn, opening up on the field by 3. Ran an opening quarter in 22 3/5 seconds. Berry Bid in control. There goes the favorite, Love's Echo, in gear now. Second on the outside. A Double Cause now running in third. Iron Will is fourth. Cross Pro called on for more run, but still 6 lengths behind. And then it's So Anyway, followed on the inside by Star Med and Prudent Man at the top of the stretch. Berry Bid still in front as they head for home. He ran a half in 45 4/5 seconds. Love's Echo to the attack on the outside. A Double Cause is running third toward the rail. Cross Pro rallies late. They're coming down to the final furlong. Love's Echo is in front. Cross Pro coming to him. Love's Echo by a half length. Cross Pro on the outside. Berry Bid throws in the towel. Here comes Cross Pro to collar Love's Echo in the shadow of the wire. Cross Pro by...
Well, it won't be 3 straight favorites, so people had to go a little bit deeper in this race to be alive, but this is one of the choices. Cross Pro, the bicycle stable, and a man who's having a great Saratoga, John Hurtler. Mike Smith is up, and the horse returns. Big price, 13, 460, 370. Love's Echo, 290, 250. Pace setting, Berry Bid hangs on for your try, 570. 4/8's 35, 40. Try 4/8, 12. It's a progressive number try, $312. You can see from our out bumps into the commercial, Yankee Stadium has nothing on us. Macarena was danced here twice, too. Here's the 6 mile on a 16th in it. Turf, fillies and mares 3 and up. Non-winners at 2. Favorite here, the number 3, My Teddy's, Jerry Bailey.
And they're off. Cal Cesaria hustled away from the starting gate. Dream Scheme is off to an alert beginning. But it's Cal Cesaria who will have a narrow lead early. Here comes Estate on the outside. Dream Scheme takes up a position at the rail. Undervalued under a hard hold. Wrangled back to run in 4th position early. Don't Dwell is 5th. True Love skims through on the head 6. Sweet Sandra's drafting in behind horses. And it's 2 lengths back to Oaks Express. And Jerry Bailey allows My Teddy's to settle into an easy gallop in the early going. The first quarter was lively enough, 23 2/5 seconds. Cal Cesaria in front. Cal Cesaria is the leader. Jose Trejo trying to ration out her speed down the backstretch. She leads by 2. Dream Scheme in close position running in second. True Love has made quick progress while saving ground. Now running in third. Estate is 4th. Undervalued right up there between horses. A break of 3 to Don't Dwell. Then farther back, Sweet Sandra, who will be wide going into the turn. My Teddy's now gathering momentum from the back of the pack. And Oaks Express, the opening half mile in 47 3/5 seconds. And the field rounding the far turn. Cal Cesaria still the controlling speed. holding a 2-length advantage over True Love, who has now moved up in the pack to be second. Dream Scheme is running in third. Undervalued takes to the outside. My Teddy's is now only 5 lengths from the lead. The field at the top of the stretch. The rail opening up for True Love. Callous Cesaria trying to hang in there. My Teddy's down on the hedge, trying to come on through. Dream Scheme is fourth at the 8th pole. Sweet Sandra coming on late, and Undervalued is there. Down to the final 16th, and here comes My Teddy's. My Teddy's and True Love head-to-head with 50 yards to go. Sweet Sandra third. My Teddy's takes the lead. It is My Teddy's to win. 3/4 of a length, and it's a tight photo.
Being a tough people to beat here. This is Dale Romans again for Raymond and Nagel with Jerry Bailey up. Horse was the favorite, but hardly a layover favorite. People in the pick 6 probably went a little deeper than just this horse, but if they stayed with just this horse, they're in good shape. My Teddy's, 660, 370, 270. True Love, 453. Sweet Sandra, 310. Exacta, 32, $23.40. 7 to 7 furlongs. These are 3-year-olds and up. The claiming tags are high, 75,000, but it does not stop Gaspar Mochera. He takes number 7, Our Exuberant Lad.
And they're off. Repletion, Mighty Red going for the leads. Sierra Diablo coming up the inside. Repletion in front. Sierra Diablo second. Terrorist is third. Late Guess fourth. Whalehaven fifth on the outside. Then it's Our Exuberant Lad and Three Diamonds who's down inside. Mighty Red at the back of the pack. Tight pack though. 6 lengths front to back. And Repletion is up front. And Repletion is breezing along. Clear by 2. Terrorist coming on through between horses. On the outside, Late Guest is running third. And on the rail, Sierra Diablo is fourth. Whalehaven only 4 lengths from the lead. Then Three Diamonds, Mighty Red. Our Exuberant Lad trails the field with a half-mile to go. The pace is a lively one, 22-2 for the opening quarter. They're still chasing Repletion. Repletion continues to control by 3. But there goes Royalhaven. Royalhaven now on a charge, second on the outside. Toward the inside, Terrorist runs in third. Three Diamonds now rallying on the outside, fourth. Then toward the inside, Sierra Diablo is fifth as the field turns for home. Trying to reel in Repletion, who still leads by a length. On the outside, Royalhaven getting closer. Down to the final furlong, Repletion hanging tough. On the outside, Royalhaven. Mighty Red coming on late. Mighty Red coming on through horses now. Down to the final 16th, Repletion. Mighty Red split horses with a decisive threat. Our Exuberant Lad moving late. Here's the line. Mighty Red gets there. Mighty Red the winner.
What a nice ride by Pat Day. Again, if you're looking for a horse that wanted 7, this one did qualify. Pat Day comes in on the inside, moves to the 3 path. He's going to win it. At the Paddock Club today, I told him about the Ecuador. Jockey's winning 3. And this is the 3rd for Pat Day, and it ain't bad at 12:20. Riding for Donald Grether, Carl Nafska, Pat Day on Mighty Red, 12:25, 94.10. Terrorist, 473.20. Repletion, that's Romans again, 570 to show. The 8-2, $58. Here's our feature. It is the Grade 1 Alabama 116th running. How many racetracks can use numbers like that? It's at 1.25 miles. They're 3-year-old fillies, the favorite. My Flag, Jerry Bailey.
Everybody relax. Everybody relax a second. Rick, tell me when you're right up there, partner. Everybody relax a second.
And they're off in the Alabama. And Mama Dean breaks first. Asina was off to a good beginning. And Asina heading toward the lead early. Mama Dean, though, will keep her company. And Golden Delicious tucks inside. A headstrong Mama Dean going on with it. Asina sits back second by 3. Golden Delicious third. Yanks Music is running in fourth. Listening on the outside 5th. My Flag down on the rail, running in 6th position in the early going. Weekend in Seattle is the trailer. A bit ranked, but on the lead is Mama Dean through an opening quarter of 23 and 4/5 seconds. Mama Dean is the leader, and Pat Day has a good hold of Asina, sitting chilly, second by 3.5 lengths. Golden Delicious is rating 3rd. On the outside, Yanks Music is 4th. Chris McCarron and Listening have Jerry Bailey and My Flag pinned down inside at this juncture. Then it's a break of 3 back to Weekend in Seattle. Mama Dean breezing along, uncontested, and the pace is very ordinary here. 48-3 for the opening half mile. Long shot Mama Dean continues to control the pace with 5 furlongs to go. Asina has yet to make a move, sitting back in second. Yanks Music draws in closer 3rd. On the outside, Listening with a clear aim 4th. My Flag in a bit of traffic. Then down inside, it's Golden Delicious. Weekend in Seattle trails the field. Mama Dean still there. She ran 3/4 in 1:13 and 1. Mama Dean leads by 3. Asina second. Yanks Music third. The gray filly from California listening on the outside of My Flag, still down on the rail. They're nearing the top of the stretch. Mama Dean weakening now. Asina has taken the lead. Yanks Music is right on her neck, listening in full flight. My Flag fifth and under the whip. She's taken to the outside for the run of the stretch. At the top of the stretch, it is Yanks Music. Yanks Music on the outside of Asina. Those two going head-to-head for the final furlong. Listening is third. My Flag is fourth. They're coming to the final 16th. And John Velasquez rouses Yanks Music to the lead. And she will win the 116th Alabama. And an exuberant John Velasquez aboard.
She's the filly Leo said is the best 3-year-old filly I've ever trained, and she's on the dirt. Let's remember something about her. After the Mother Goose, which she won, he rushed her into another race down in New Jersey. That's a bad thing to do. It's a horse that likes to rest between races. She's not a heavily running kind of horse. He has her revved up. She gets a perfect trip under son-in-law John Velasquez, and Leo O'Brien is off the Saratoga Schneid with a vengeance. And look at how happy John is. There were about 9 million people down in the winner's circle, and I think we're all pretty happy to see Leo off the Schneid. Michael Fennessy, Audrey Hastings Cooper, Leo O'Brien, and John Velasquez. Yanks Music, 1466, 4310. Asina, 590, 290. My Flag, the favorite, 210, 34, $50. Try 341, 109.50. Pick 3, the 383, generous at $512. And that pick 6, which was really a pick 4, returns $15,754. 5 of 6, $122.50. Here's the finale. They're going a mile and 3/16 over the Mellon turf. These are 3 and up. Now one is a 2 other than heavy favorite, even money, Rappan and Jerry Bailey.
And they're off. Powder Brushes was left at the start, spots the field a couple lengths. Separated Love came out in good order. Saviclis is down on the inside, and Chuckham is up close to the early pace. Moving by us for the first time, it's Saviclis in front. Jose Santos trying to throttle down that speed. Separated Love on the outside, and Chuckham is up there in between horses third. And down toward the inside, Cool Down runs along in fourth, and the favorite Rappan is up close to the pace in fifth position, 2 lengths to J.W. Blue. Then Henry S. on the outside, Lonsdale, then another length and a half to Wayfarer, followed by the gray Argentine. Late starting Powder Brushes is second to last, and Mr. Hydro trails the field. Moving into the backstretch, it's Silviculus in control. On the outside, Separated Love tracking intently second while under a good hold. Chuckham runs along in third. Rappan with a clear aim on the outside, moving up steadily now. Down toward the inside, Cool Down. A break of 3 to J.W. Blue and Henry S., followed by Lonsdale, Argentine, and Wayfarer. Powder Brushes at the back with Mr. Hydro. Up front, it is still Savicculus, the leader, with Separated Love glued to him. They ran an opening half mile in 48 2/5 seconds. Rappan well within striking range, only 2.5 lengths from the lead third. Chuckham down, beginning to move on the outside fourth. Cool Down backpedals to fifth. J.W. Blue is sent on through between horses sixth. Henry S. is 7 lengths from the lead, followed by Lonsdale, then Argentine, Mr. Hydro. They're nearing the top rated of the stretch now. Separated Love has taken over. Saviclis is now back to second. Rappan in perfect striking position on the outside third. Chuckham is fourth. J.W. Blue in a bit of traffic. Down to the final furlong. Separated Love. Separated Love still there, spurting away by 2 lengths. Rappan under a heavy drive second. J.W. Blue and Chuckham, Mr. Hydro and Henry S. down to the final 16th. Separated Love trying to gut it out another 100 yards. Rappan coming hard. So is Henry S. and Mr. Hydro. Here's the line. Rappan gets there and nips.
Well, Jerry's about to get his Ecuador, but a much shorter price than Pat did. This is an even money favorite. Gets a perfect ride from him and is going to get up to get the money over Separated Love. John Velasquez looking to sweep the late double and fails. Very close for the show. Mr. Hydro by the barest of noses over Henry S. Rappan for Paulson, Martin, Jerry's third. 410, 290, 250. Separated Love, 410, 320. Mr. Hydro, 720. 7-2's $14. Try 7-2, 10, 220, double 3 and 7, $34. Tomorrow, the 1st, the 13, Fred X. 2nd, the 1, Search for Justice. Fourth, the 12, Cyber Chat, and 14, Bombardier, through 16, Hail the Lion, completing that through 19, American Informer. In the fifth, the 3, Timing Perfect, the 12, Kabuki Star. In the sixth, the 5, On the Treetop. The Ballerina tomorrow is about as good a horse race you're going to see. Twisted Fleet, Chaposa Strings, Golden Attraction, Capote Belt, really a good race, and you'll get a hat. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night. May the horse be with you. Welcome to the show. A beautiful day here at Saratoga. I don't even know why this is here, but we did run the Ballerina today. Maybe they gave me the trophy. Let's look at our races right after this. Here's the opener today. These are maidens, 5.5 furlongs. They are 2-year-olds. All the late money came to the first, the number 5, Capriole with John Velasquez.
And they're off. Jim's Mistake, Valid Motive, and Capital Call. Hustled away from the gate, Capital Call to the front. Valid Motive second, and Jim's Mistake right there on the outside. Pavin Putra fourth. Jacoby moves to fifth. And then it's My Manizales now running in sixth. Capriole up close earlier is back to 7th, while Blackhawk is 8 by 3, followed by Loki. Then a break of 3 more lengths back to Nat's Big Party, who's followed by Fallen Sparrow. And the trailer is Hip Happy Hip. Around the far turn, a 3-way skirmish for the lead here. On the far outside, it's Jim's Mistake. In between horses, Valid Motive and Capital Call down on the inside. The 3 of them continue to do battle as they move toward the top of the stretch. And My Manizales has unseated the jockey. My Manizales has unseated the jockey on the far turn. Coming to mid-stretch, the 3-ply battle continues. And a hard-to-handle Jim's Mistake is on the outside, and he bumped there with Valid Motive. Meantime, on the rail, it's Capital Call still hanging tough third. Farther back, Capriole is fourth, down to the final 16th. It's still Jim's Mistake who continues to try to bear in, but Jim's Mistake gets to the line first over Valid Motive.
Yes, there was an inquiry. There was an objection. Stewards looked at, decided it should stand. And actually, Robbie Davis did an enormous job of keeping this horse off the other horse. When you watch the head-ons, you could see it. He's on a left-handed whip, as is the horse inside of him. But he really was pretty good horsemanship, and the result did stand. Cornelio Velasquez, who was thrown, was taken to the hospital for precautionary x-rays. We have no other report at this time. Jim's Mistake, 3-1, first time, 9-1 today. James Ball, Bobby Triola, Robbie Davis, 2188.10, 460. Valid Motor, 370.250. Capriole, that hot first, to $3. 7-2 is 83.50. Seconds, a mile and 8. These are fillies and mares, 3 and up. Claiming tags, $35,000. The favorite, the number 3, Kathy O, Shane Sellers.
And they're off. And Biddy Mason goes after the lead, and Kathy O, aggressively ridden by Shane Sellers. He'd like to be in front. Kathy O and Biddy Mason hook up right from the beginning. Then a break of 3 to a line of 4. Down on the inside, Pearl Garden. Alongside her is Red Tease. 3 wide, A Day to Remember, and the early trailer is Birthday. Into the back stretch, it's Kathy O taking charge, but she had to run fast to get there. The opening quarter in a sharp 23-1. Kathy O in front. Biddy Mason is now running second. It's a break of 5 to Pearl Garden, rating third. A Day to Remember moving comfortably, while about 6 lengths from the lead now. And down to her inside, long shot Red Tease. It's a break of another 3. Back to Birthday, who continues to trail the field. 5 furlongs out. The opening half mile went in 48 seconds flat. The pace is moderated a bit. They're gaining on Kathy O. In between horses, Biddy Mason to take another run at the lead, and Pearl Garden 3 wide. A Day to Remember stalks fourth. A break of 3.5 to Red Tease, and the trailer is Birthday. They're rounding the far turn. Kathy O, Biddy Mason, Pearl Garden. The three of them continue to do battle with 3 furlongs to run. It's 3.5 lengths back to A Day to Remember, and now Robbie Davis wants more from her. Birthday is lengthening her stride, and Birthday is picking it up and is down inside. Might need some running room as the field turns for home. Biddy Mason checks out. Kathy O short lead. Birthday coming hard. On the far outside, A Day to Remember fanned wide. Pearl Garden trying to fight on. They're coming down to the last furlong. Here comes Birthday. Birthday takes the lead. It's Birthday in front and pulling away. Pearl Garden left behind. Kathy O staggering, and A Day to Remember. It will be Birthday.
Who's riding at a higher percentage at Paula Kime Bruno? That's her third win of the meeting, twice on this horse, and probably out of about 17 mounts. Paula Kime Bruno up the rail, angles out, comes on, takes advantage of the speed duel, and scores. Birthday, Murray Garin, Carlos Martin, Paula Kime Bruno, 864, 32.80. Pearl Garden, $543. A Day to Remember, $260. Quinella 2772, 1840. Exacta 72, 3740. The double, the pair of sevens, 123.50. Here's the third. They're going 7 furlongs. These are maiden filly 2-year-olds. The favorite, the number 7, Royal Indy, Julie Crone.
And they're off. Razim was off to a slow beginning. Love That Jazz is there. There goes Harlingen on the outside. Queen Castellian, good opportunity up close, moving up the backstretch. It's Love That Jazz and Harlingen going head-to-head early. All the moves on the outside is third. Hurricane Alert coming up the rail, fourth. Good opportunity is fifth. Queen Castelli is sixth. Royal Indy moving eagerly on the outside from seventh. And Golden Fortune and late starting Razim at the back of the pack. A 22-4 opening quarter. Heading for the far turn, it's Love That Jazz in front now, beginning to edge away from Harlingen. Hurricane Alert on the inside. On the outside, All the Moves. And there goes All the Moves, rallying up to be third and going on to join the leaders around the far turn. Love That Jazz by a neck. Harlingen pressing harder. All the Moves on the outside third. Hurricane Alert just in behind the lead fourth. Good opportunity. Now rallies to fifth. And on the far outside, Royal Indy, a wide sixth as the field turns for home. Love That Jazz is still clinging to a narrow lead. Harlingen is right at her throat on the outside. Hurricane Alert just in behind them. All the Moves continues to run on well on the outside down to the last furlong. Love That Jazz has something left. Love That Jazz still there, 3/4 of a length. All the Moves with a last gasp try, 100 yards out. Love That Jazz still there. Love That Jazz goes on to do it. Winning by 2 overall.
During most of the wagering, Love That Jazz was the favorite, and well, she should have been. She came out of a race where she's compromised by an outside post. Didn't run badly that day, but the late money for Royal Indy sends her off as the second choice. Love That Jazz, Irwin, Marjorie Cowan, Nick Zito's mother and brother were here yesterday. He didn't win. Today he did. 810, 380, 310. All the Moves, 380, 350. Harlingen, $6. Exacta 1.8, $28.80. Here's the fourth. They're going a mile and a 16th over the inner turf course. These are 3 and up. Now winners are 2. The favorite, the number 1, Officious with Robbie Davis.
And they're off. Sovereign Ruler sent out immediately. Julio Pazua goes to the whip 50 yards from the gate to establish a clear early lead. Sovereign Ruler leads by 2 as they move bias for the first time. Body Snatchers in between horses. On the outside is Officious, now running second. On the extreme outside, now joining the lead, Known Accomplice, taking 4 wide going into the turn. Play Smart is down inside and hugs the hedge all the way. Up with that grouping of horses, it's Private Gift. And then it's King's Arrow. Down toward the inside is Wiley Irish. Navalis is at the back of the pack with 7-0 Storm as the field makes their run into the backstretch. The opening quarter in 24 3/5 seconds over the good going, and the leader is Sovereign Ruler, but here comes Body Snatcher after, and Officious is right up there running in third. Sovereign Ruler, though, spurts away again. Sovereign Ruler by 2.5 lengths. Body Snatcher took a failed run at the lead. Officious on the outside, edging up now from third. Known Accomplice is making steady progress. He's now fourth on the outside. Then Play Smart fifth toward the rail. Private Gift between horses running sixth, only 3 lengths from the lead, followed by Seminole Storm, King's Arrow, Navalis, and Wiley Irish at the back of the pack. Around the far turn, Sovereign Ruler trying to do it all the way on the lead and is still in front. On the outside, here comes Officious to take a run at the lead. Body Snatcher is third, followed by Private Gift fourth. Off the turn and into the stretch. On the outside, it's Officious now grabbing the lead. Officious in front. Sovereign Ruler second at the 8th pole. By the back, Body Snatcher is third. Place Mark down inside fourth. In the final furlong, Officious drawing away here. It's Officious pulling away by 4, followed by Sovereign Ruler. Then Body Snatcher on the outside, and they're coming down.
Stakes placed against the Hall of Fame, the Lexington against 3-year-olds, comes in against Older Today and buries them. The Amherst Stable, Spruce Bond Stable, Phil Johnson picks up his third winner of the meeting. Robbie Davis up. Officious returns, 453, 240. Sovereign Ruler, who set the pace, actually hangs on. 1727.60, Body Snatcher 370. Bella 1331, 58.50. Exacta 1382.50. And the pick 3, the 711, $123.50. On to the 5th. This 6.5 furlongs. Maidens 3 and up. These are state breds. And the favorite is the number 5, Calculating, with Mike Smith.
They're off. Jeff Slew out fast. Speediation off to an awkward beginning. And Did was also affected by that clumsy start of Speediation. They're moving up the backstretch. Snow Removal right to the lead. Jeff Slew in hot pursuit second. 2 lengths back to the last Samaj. Down on the inside, Calculating is now running in 4th. Prospectors Dances 5th. And on the far outside, Camarouge 6th. At the back of the pack, Speediation and Did, who both had trouble leaving the gate. The opening quarter, and they rattled it off in 22 seconds flat on a torrid speed duel into the turn. Jeff Slew keeping intense pressure up on Snow Removal. 5 lengths to Calculating, getting closer now. It's another 3 to the last Samaj, and Prospector's Dance, who's down inside. Speediation is now drawn within 7 lengths of the lead, nearing the top of the stretch. And Snow Removal throws in the towel and surrenders to Jeff Slew. They ran a half head-to-head in 45 and 2/5 seconds. The last Samaj and Calculating both giving chase as they come to the 8th pole. Prospector's Dance is 4th and closing ground on the outside. Jeff Slew, a 2.5 length lead, passing the 8th pole. On the outside, Prospector's Dance trying to reel him in. Jeff Slew softened up by that speed duel. Nothing left to hold off Prospector's Dance, who rolls on by. Prospector's Dance going away. Jeff Slew was second.
This horse ran once against these. Last time out, went off at 4 to 5. Did not win. It was in the mud today. It's first time against New York breds on a fast track. It is history. Columbine Stable, Albert Stall Jr., Jose Santos. 650, 390, 330 on Prospector's Dance. Jeff Slew, 640, 480. Speediation away slowly, 40 to 1, 810. 710 Exacta, 43.40. Try 710-2, $605. Great virtuosos on the harmonica. John Popper from Blues Traveler. They'll be at SPAC tonight. He was here today. Here's the 6, 7 furlongs. Fillies and Mares 3 and up. Now one is a 2 other than heavy favorite, the number 6, Flat Fleet Feet, Mike Smith.
And they're off. Flat Fleet Feet out first. Steady Cat comes away, right up there now, and Steady Cat takes the lead. Toward the inside, Sunny Shamrock running second, and between horses, Flat Fleet Feet, Thunder Achiever on the outside. The early pace appears to be a moderate one. Down on the rail, here comes Quick Courtship now, shooting through an opening there. Forced it on the outside, and Positive Charger. Thunder Achiever getting ahead in front of Steady Cat. The pace was very ordinary, 23 and 2/5 seconds, but now it's beginning to quicken as the field moves into the far turn. It's Thunder Achiever and Steady Cat matching strides on the lead. Flat Fleet Feet giving chase third by 2. Forested called on for more run, but now dropping 6 lengths off the lead. On the inside, it's Quick Courtship. Sunny Shamrock has dropped back to the back of the pack. Positive Charger trails the field as they round the far turn. Steady Cat down inside, Thunder Retriever on the outside, and Flat Fleet Feet is in between them. And those three will arrive at the top of the stretch together with Forested fourth. Quick Courtship on the inside fifth. At the top of the stretch, Steady Cat down inside. Flat Fleet Feet on the outside. Thunder Retriever has weakened to third. Down to the final furlong. Steady Cat, Flat Fleet Feet first. Flat Fleet Feet first in the final furlong. Steady Cat left behind in second, and Thunder Retriever is third. And they're coming down to the line, and it will be Flat Fleet Feet first.
Good call by Tom. Flat Fleet Feet first. And sure enough, she was. Caesar Kimmel, Philip and Leonard Saldans, John Kimmel, the trainer, Mike Smith up, and the time here, 122.75. Flat Fleet Feet as the prohibitive favorite. 330, 230, 210. Steady Cat, 290, 250. Thunder Achiever, 270. 6'4", 640. Here's the seventh. They're going a mile over the inner turf. Fillies and Mares 3 and up. This is an allowance race. The favorite here, the number 4, La Turca with Pat Day.
And they're off. Another legend in Stormy Chrissy. Incredible Blues aggressively ridden from the gate and after the lead. Miss Union Avenue there on the outside. Julie Crone gets to work on Incredible Blues on a mission to get onto the lead. Stormy Chrissy, though, is the quicker of the two and has a narrow lead going into the turn. It's 3 lengths back. Miss Union Avenue is running third. Another legend is fourth toward the inside, then a break of another 3.5 back to She Rides Tonight, followed by La Turca. And Valor Lady is the early trailer. She's about a dozen lengths from the speed duel up the backstretch. Incredible Blues now running hard to get the lead, taking over from Stormy Chrissy. It's Incredible Blues by a length. Stormy Chrissy running in second, and Miss Union Avenue in hand, lurking just off the pace, a strong third. It's another 2 to another legend who's fourth with a half mile to run. Then it's She Rides Tonight on the outside of La Turca. Another 3 to Valor Lady, who trails the field. She's now about 7 lengths from the lead as they enter the far turn. Incredible Blues is done. The leader is now Miss Union Avenue. Miss Union Avenue opening up 3 on the field. On the outside, another legend now moving to second. And a weakened Incredible Blues is back running in third. Then it's La Turca, She Rides Tonight, and Valor Lady as they head for home. It's Miss Union Avenue coming to mid-stretch with the lead by 2. Another legend running second, then Valor Lady and La Turca in the final furlong. Miss Union Avenue under heavy pressure here. Here comes another legend. Valor Lady is closing stoutly. On the outside, La Turca. It's another legend. On the outside, Valor Lady is coming fast. La Turca on the far outside, down to the line. Another legend, the winner. 3.
They ran the mile in 136.61. Another legend is going to win it on a perfect trip. What else? Jerry Bailey aboard. Robert Sullivan, the Smart Farm, Wayne Harrison, Vinnie Blangs, Jerry Bailey, another legend, came down from Rockingham. 570, 350, 250. Valor Lady, 570, 310. La Turca, 250. The 2-1 exacta, $27. And here's the 8th race. This is our feature today, and a beauty it is. It is the 18th running of the Ballerina, Grade 1, 7 furlong. It's a handicap for fillies and mares 3 and up, and the favorite is the 3-year-old, Capote Bell with John Velasquez.
They're in the gate. And they're off. Golden Attraction off to a good start. Capote Bell came out alertly on the outside. Golden Attraction will be the early leader, and she steps away by 2. Capote Bell is running second and well off the rail. Chaposa Springs is third in the early going. Twist of Fleet is racing in fourth. She's taken to the outside now. In conference under stout restraint. At stretch running, Broad Smile is at the back of the pack. The filly champion, Golden Attraction, is the leader. And the big filly, Capote Bell, is right with her. The opening quarter in 22 and 2/5 seconds. As they move past the half-mile pole, Capote Bell getting on even turns with Golden Attraction, and it is Capote Bell and Golden Attraction going head-to-head, their strides synchronized on the turn. 4 lengths back to Twist of Fleet, running third. Chaposa Springs is fourth. Broad Smile and In Conference. As they approach the top of the stretch, they ran a remarkable half here in 44 and 4/5 seconds. Capote Bell and Golden Attraction head-to-head as the field turns for home. Chaposa Springs gets in gear on the outside. Twist of Fleet is fourth. At the top of the stretch, it is Capote Bell forging to a short lead. Golden Attraction couldn't stay with her. Chaposa Springs is fresh in third. In the final furlong, Capote Bell, John Velasquez pleading for another 16th of a mile. Chiposa Springs is coming hard and has collared Capote Bell, and Chiposa Springs has passed her. It's Chiposa Springs to win the Ballerina by a neck over Capote Bell.
Remember we had Dan Pites on the show. He said he wasn't sure they was going to run Capote Bell up here, wait for the Belmont. He decided to test her against Older here. She wasn't found wanting. It's hardly a disgrace, but she opens up the lead here. She doesn't like to be rated, said Dan, but she was rated behind Golden Attraction. She puts that one away, but here comes Chiposa Springs, who's an awfully fast filly, a 4-year-old, perfect trip, perfect ride, wins the Ballerina in 121.88. Suresh Chintamani, Marty Wilson, and Shane Sellers, Chiposa Springs, 11-4-30, 320. Capote Bell, 290-230. Broad Smile, 260. 2.6 is 23.40. Try, 264, $98. And as for the pick 3, Flat Fleet Feet, another legend, Chiposa Springs, the 622, $46.80. Pick 6 was not that hard today, actually, but paid nicely. If you handicapped it out, you got $1,291. If you miss one of them, $25.80. Here's the finale, a mile and 3/16 over the Mellon Turf. He's a 3 and up, claiming tag 75 down to 65. Take a look at that board. Ain't Saratoga wonderful?
And they're off. Futurist off to a hesitant beginning toward the inside. Silver Safari from the far outside. Here comes Little Moes, and Otto's brother is also up close. Moving by us for the first time, Little Moes has gone on to establish the early lead, reined in to maintain a 1-length advantage over Otto's brother second. The Wild Irishman is running third in the early going. Silver Safari is now fourth, followed by Little Fran fifth and saving ground. On the outside, it's Crafty Virginian. At the back of the pack are Palatial, Futurist, and Beware the Quest. As they make their way into the back stretch, Otto's brother has come to the neck of Little Moes. They're both moving comfortably while sharing the lead. 2.5 lengths back to the Wild Irishman, edging a bit closer in third position. Little Fran is in the clear, and down toward the inside, Silver Safari is now beginning to move up. Then a break of 3 to Crafty Virginian, another 3 to Palatial. At the back of the pack, Beware the Quest and Futurist. Moving down the backstretch, Otto's brother continues to share the lead with Little Moes. The Wild Irishman is drawn in closer third. Moving for the far turn, Little Moes and Otto's brother continue to run 1-2. The Wild Irishman poised on the outside. Silver Safari's had a perfect trip so far. Little Fran now on the move on the outside fifth. It's another 2, and Palatial is beginning to lengthen his stride. Around the far turn, Otto's brother has taken care of Little Moes, but has fresh challengers coming now. In between horses, it's the Wild Irishman. On the outside, Little Fran. Silver Safari looking for a way out from the rail. Palatial continues to close well. In the final furlong, the Wild Irishman has a head in front of Otto's brother. Little Fran on the outside, Silver Safari and Palatial. Down to the final 16th, the Wild Irishman and Palatial. Palatial, the Wild Irishman. Palatial, the Wild Irishman, and Little Fran. Palatial wins by a half length. The Wild.
Ward was right about this race. It was an open race. You could have made a case for 6 or 7 horses. Certainly one of them would have been Palatial. The only thing you might have said, where has it been? Hasn't raced since February, but Tom Skiffington has put in a nice series of works in it. At Saratoga, Turf Works is a nice horse. It's its 5th victory on the turf course from 32 starts. Palatial, Ken Avanzino, Tom Skiffington, Jose Santos. 30, 40, 11, and 590. Another horse that loves it up here, the Wild Irishman, 550, 380. Little Fran, 470. 5 9s, 202.50. Try 592, $753. The double 2 and 5, $117. Here's the early scratches for tomorrow's card. In the first, take out the 4, Forest Lover. In the third, the 13, Austin Blaze, 14, Rockbridge County, 15, Well Sold, 16, Work of the Devil. In the 5th race, the 13, Lucy Brown. In the 9th, the 13, Wish You Go Boy, 14, Moby, 15, Le Mistral, 16, Mr. Moorhead. And the 17 soaring over Seattle right through the 20. All those bottom horses are gone. Forest Gumption. We telecast a race from Ellis Park today, and Mr. Lucas did win it. Country Cat won it for the Overbrook Farm with Donna Barton in the saddle. Don't know what it paid, but he did win it. The Ballerina figured to be a good race, and it was a good race. And we got more racing here tomorrow. Good night. May the horse be with you.